Anybody right now.
The last photo he took was this. Andrew Burton joins us tonight. Mr. Burton, good to have you with us on the program tonight. At any time, did you fear for your life today?
It has been a sincerely frightening environment here. It's now in the early hours of February 4th here. The attack on me took place on February 2nd. And to be honest, I couldn't find other photographers, journalists, or even fixers or translators to go out and leave from the hotel on February 3rd. So I stayed in the entire day.
Andrew, how are you communicating with the protesters or those folks of a different language to save yourself in these situations?
Initially, while I was photographing inside riots and protests, people were fairly friendly. They were passionate about letting their voices be heard and getting in front of the international news media. I think they were excited that they were being covered. And originally, it did not take a lot of language, but in my situation, when the mob turned on me, it became very difficult and very quickly to try and communicate. I tried to walk away. I was unsuccessful in doing that. They followed me, and to be honest, that was my last experience with the rioters and crowds.
How were you rescued? It sounds like you were rescued. How did that happen?
Some anti-Mubarak and pro-democracy supporters came to my rescue. I honestly owe them my life or something close to it. They sheltered me. 5 or 6 men surrounded me and told me everything would be all right. They ran with me and really took many more kicks and punches and blows from sticks than I did. And I don't know what happened to them, but I thank them and owe them a lot.
What do you say about, if you could describe the soldiers? Why haven't they engaged to protect journalists? Have they chosen a side in this conflict?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I actually had tank soldiers come to my rescue personally. I was dumped inside of a tank for 2 hours, but that's just my personal account. I don't know what other reporters or photojournalists.
Was that a long 2 hours for you?
Yeah, it was a long 2 hours.
And when you got out of the tank, what did you do? Where did you go?
I was escorted out of the tank by one of the soldiers. He brought me to the head of security from the Hilton, who put me in a cab and got me back to my hotel safely.
Andrew, what's your plan tomorrow? There's going to be a massive march at the presidential palace.
My instinct as a journalist is to head back out. I was very, very frustrated being holed up in the hotel yesterday. I've got the phone number of a few translators here, and there are a few more photographers. We're planning to go out. We'd like to go out in numbers and be as minimal, carry as little gear on us as possible. But from the journalists here in the hotel, there is still a strong desire to cover this. We don't like being intimidated. We'd like to cover the news. And as of right now, our plan is to at least attempt to go out onto the streets.
Andrew, has it circulated through the people of Cairo, the protesters, that potential deal is being brokered by the White House for Mubarak to step down and Omar Suleiman to take over as the president of that country? Has that circulated out, or is that still very breaking and fresh news to the folks there?
It's 5 a.m. here. I went to bed at about 1 a.m. I had not heard that news until I woke up at 5. So I'm not sure if it's circulating on the street.
As a journalist, do you get a sense that they would accept that as long as Mubarak is out?
To be honest, I have no idea. The pro-Mubarak supporters, it would appear, have been paid off. I'm not sure what will take place if someone fills Mubarak's position. I just don't know what to tell you.
Andrew Burton, thank you for joining us tonight from Cairo. Amazing story. The suppression of the story, life-threatening situations. As of yesterday, 13 people since yesterday have been killed, and the official report is over 1,200 injured. And of course, tomorrow is the big day. They say